Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. The war in Ukraine now in its 114th day. And as the fighting in the eastern part of the country continues, a unit of special operations fighters from outside Ukraine have been fighting side by side with the Ukrainian army for months now in the eastern part of the country in the Donbass region. Joining me now for more on this part of the story is retired Air Force Brigadier General and Newsmax contributor Blaine Holt. General, good morning. Great to have you on. We'd like to welcome in John Doe. We're not using his real name because we want to protect him and his family. General, to you.
Thank you so much, Rob. Great to be with you. John Doe, it's an absolute honor to be with you today, sir. And just to set this up, you've had a storied career. You've been Special Forces in 2 services, an elite officer in a 3-letter agency, and now on the front lines in arguably the most elite group fighting now in Ukraine. This is an incredible experience. And I think if you and I, as military guys, were to belly up to a bar, I'd be asking you right off the bat, why'd you do it? And what motivated you?
You know, I answer this question often, and I tell people that if free men don't come to the aid of other free men, then freedom's going to be only an illusion that our children dream about. This is the time to act.
Absolutely. Now, you have been in direct operations, direct combat now for 60 days. I'm really relieved to hear that you're getting a little R&R out of country for just a little bit. But as a guy who is committed himself to this, and happy Father's Day in advance with 6 children in your family, you have gone into this fight full speed. But the last 5 days ago, you were in probably the most important battle of this war so far, with the stakes being at their highest. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we got information you can see on the screen. This is one of our officers. And we got information that there was an FSB / a GRU compound with 10 operators. We were going to do a raid on it. We're leading this raid. We located it, cleared the buildings around it, crossed the bridge you see there that's now collapsed. Once we initiated the raid, you see the gentleman out front shooting. We became aware that the compound had over 100 fighters in it, compared to our 20. So we had a firefight that we engaged in. About the first hour into the firefight, we have Alexei, who, our commanding officer, before he went into battle as a major of Special Forces, he made me promise him that if he came into fight, that if anything happened to him, I'd buy his family a house and make sure his wife and children didn't live on the streets. And here we are on Father's Day. So, you know, of course, made the promise. We're fighting. He took about an hour into, took a PKM round to the throat. I initiated first aid on it while we were being engaged with PKM and RPG fire at 25 feet across an alleyway. You know, the fighters protected us, cut his clothes off. We trached him. I was sucking the blood out of his lungs through the trach tube, giving him CPR, keeping him alive, which we did for about 45 minutes. He died in my arms while we're doing this. And, you know, we have guys, this guy fought, he was a true hero of Ukraine, that he fought for his children's freedom, for his wife's freedom. And, you know, this is what we do. This is why we do it. And we continued the fight after we lost him. We prepared him for movement. You know, we shot over 40 shoulder-fired rockets into this building from 25 feet away. We lost another British paratrooper who was shot in the head in a ladder well. During this firefight, we were shooting RPGs in closed spaces and ladder wells across the entryway. The last round, I shot an anti-tank rocket into a basement, which set off a secondary explosion, which rendered us unconscious, set us back. Roof cave fell in on us, the concrete roof. We were able to back us out, and we were able to extract the team to a safe location, move people back. And when we got people back out of the location, we moved them. We were able to launch a counterattack against the 30 wounded that were trying to engage us again. We struck those with 2 switchblades, and we were able to extract our team safely with the 2 losses that we had. And, you know, we gave significant damage, 70 struck 70 of their 100 fighters with casualties.
John,
And
could you...
my
Sorry,
understanding is that this was one of the greatest victories because you took out an elite intelligence unit that they take decades to train those guys to replace. So,
Yes, sir.
my question to you is, what do you have to say for why we're fighting this war, why it's so important that the West supports this effort, just to kind of finish up?
This is, if Vladimir Putin has said it himself with his diplomats, that Poland's next, Lithuania's next, Estonia's next. He truly believes he can expand the Russian Empire across Europe, and we simply won't allow that.
John, is this why we can't let Ukraine go? Is this why Ukraine matters? Is this where the fight for freedom and democracy is happening right now in eastern Ukraine?
The fight around the world is on the battlefront that we're fighting for freedom. This matters. This matters to every single free human being on this planet. It is the most important thing we can do right now, and we cannot allow sovereign countries to be invaded for no reason whatsoever. This is unacceptable, and the world must put its foot down, draw the line in the sand, and it stops here. And all of our European partners should know that we have their back, that we will not allow this to happen to Germany, Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, Sweden, Finland, the list goes on.
Absolutely.
John, as you go back onto the battlefield, I want to just let you know we're all with you. We're going to be praying for you and your family, and we'll be praying for Alexei and finding ways to take care of Alexei's family as well. Thank you so much for this account.
Yeah, John, really appreciate it. Words can't say enough how much we appreciate it. Happy Father's Day to you, General. Happy Father's Day to you as well. Really appreciate you both coming on with us this morning. And General Holt, happy birthday to you as well. Okay, we're going to leave it there. We've got a lot more coming up this morning on Wake Up America. Stay